6:51, time for the morning sprint.
Negotiations are getting closer to a deal with Hamas to release 50 hostages being held in the Gaza Strip. The deal would pause fighting and allow some fuel into the region. The news comes as Israel shares this video showing what they claim to be underground tunnels near the Al-Shifa hospital. Hamas has previously denied these allegations.
And while the fighting around the hospital continues, 31 premature babies are finally receiving treatment after being successfully evacuated. The babies were taken to a hospital in Egypt where they're now fighting serious infections due to a lack of medical supplies. 11 of the babies are in critical condition.
A sign the war might be spilling over into other areas of the Middle East. A cargo ship linked to Israel was hijacked by rebels backed by the Iranian government. The Houthi rebels from Yemen announced they took the Galaxy leader and its 25 crew members hostage.
A man charged in the deadly shooting of a 20-year-old at the Harmony Apartments is scheduled to be in court today. 21-year-old Mark Park Jr. is the second suspect arrested in connection to the drive-by shooting of Devin Grant that happened on July 13th. Park was on the run until last Thursday when police found and arrested him.
Today, community members will hold a public meeting to address gun violence in a neighborhood that's seen 2 deadly shootings in recent months. It's over the North Grandview Commons area on the Far East Side. The mayor, the neighborhood alder there, and police will all be in attendance. 2 young people have been shot and killed there this year, including a 15-year-old girl just last month.
In Kenosha, 2 police officers have been suspended. It comes nearly 4 months after forcefully arresting a black man and a woman in an Applebee's. The officers mistakenly confronted the 2 after confusing them for suspects in a nearby hit and run. One officer was suspended for 4 days, the other for 10 after beating one of the people being arrested.
At the state capitol, a new bill would make some delivery drivers independent contractors. DoorDash, Uber, Lyft, and Instacart drivers would all fall under the new classification. They wouldn't be eligible for workers' compensation or unemployment insurance, though this bill does lay out some conditions under which they might receive coverage from their employer. The proposal does have bipartisan support and support from the delivery apps.
Statements commemorating the life of former First Lady Rosalynn Carter are pouring in this morning. The news of her death came last night from the Carter Center. She was 96 years old. Carter famously advocated for mental health care and was one of the first ladies to sit in on cabinet meetings and briefings from the National Security Council.
Today is President Biden's birthday. He's turning 81 years old. This makes him the oldest sitting president in the nation's history, who's also running for re-election. The second oldest is former President Donald Trump, who was 70 when he took office in 2017.
A federal appeals court will hear arguments today on whether to reinstate a gag order on former President Trump. It's in that federal case charging him with trying to overturn the 2020 presidential election. Prosecutors with special counsel Jack Smith will argue before a panel of 3 judges that a gag order is necessary to prevent Trump from undermining confidence in the court system and intimidating witnesses.
A handful of companies are suspending their advertising on social media platform X. This after owner Elon Musk seemingly endorsed a claim that touts conspiracy theories against Jews. Over the weekend, both Disney and Warner Brothers halted ad spending on X. In response, Musk said anyone advocating for genocide will be suspended from the platform.
In Ukraine this morning, Russia has once again launched heavy, repeated drone attacks on the Ukrainian capital. Russia had stopped for several weeks. So according to Ukraine's Air Force, air defense systems ended up destroying 15 of the 20 drones that Russia sent to the capital and surrounding regions. There are no reports of any casualties.
North Korea is reacting to the potential sale of missiles to its neighbor. Officials in Pyongyang calling the move a dangerous act that raises tensions on the Korean peninsula. They also threatened a potential arms race if the deal goes through. This is all because the Pentagon announced a proposed sale of missiles from American surplus to South Korea last week.
5 minutes away from 7 o'clock, the clouds have moved on in, and we've got the stiff east wind right now, 39 in Madison, 34 in the Dells, but 43 right now in Janesville, so a little bit warmer the further south you go. A lot of cloud cover around today. That'll hold our temperatures in the mid to upper 40s this afternoon. Generally dry. Can't rule out an isolated shower later today, but I think the better chance will be late this evening, more likely toward the midnight hour, but you can't rule out a spotty shower here at 10 o'clock. But the bulk of the rain comes in after midnight. That'll be with us through tomorrow morning. Might be cold enough, can't rule out a flake or 2 of snow mixing in, but we're not expecting really any accumulation with that. But you can see the clouds right now. Temperatures in the mid-40s this afternoon. And our first warning forecast keeps it cold going into the later part of the week. There's that chance of rain and snow tomorrow morning, mainly rain. Thanksgiving Day looks okay, but rather chilly with a high of 39.
All right, Kelly Slifka, thank you very much.
We'll have another news and weather update in 30 minutes.